Does Colby Covington deserve a title shot against Leon Edwards? At UFC 286, it was announced that Colby Covington was the fill-in for the main event, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. It came as a shock to everyone because Colby Covington had stayed quiet for maybe a year and a half because he's dealing with the whole Jorge Masvidal drama. He kept quiet on social media, he wasn't talking much, so it just came as a surprise to everyone when Colby Covington came to weigh in at championship weight. Now fast forward to fight night, Leon Edwards executed a terrific game plan of defending the takedown and just landing the cleaner strikes. When it was announced that Leon Edwards had won via majority decision, you can see in the crowd that Colby Covington was ecstatic when Leon Edwards won. Now why is that? It's because Kamaru Usman, had he won, Colby would not get a title shot against Kamaru because it's a closed book. It's 2-0 Kamaru Usman against Colby, and nobody really wants to watch that. That would mean that Colby had to fight maybe 2-3 fights convincingly in order to get that shot. Now, because Leon won, it propels Colby's stock to a possible contender, and in the post-fight conference, Dana White announced.
Obviously, we had Colby Covington cage side. He wants to fight Leon in July. I'm curious if that's a fight you're interested in, or do you need to see how it plays out?
Yeah, I don't know when we'll do it, but yeah, that's the fight that makes sense. And Colby came here and cut weight, and did everything to be here for this fight. He deserves the fight.
Now, I don't know if it's true. Dana White usually doesn't announce fights after a pay-per-view happens. But he says that Colby's next in line for it. And it's another shock to us because does he deserve it? No, he doesn't. There are people like Bilal Muhammad, Hamzat Chimaev, if he wants to fight at welterweight. Now, to play devil's advocate, to put myself in Dana's shoes, money-wise, Bilal Muhammad does not put butts in seats. It's Colby. It's bad guy Colby versus good guy Leon, and that is the blueprint that needs to be followed for a lot of sporting events. That's just how it is. Dana White is the businessman of businessmen. He knows what fights sells and what fights don't. And there's proof of that with Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. It was such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have Conor play both good guy and bad guy MMA, bad guy against boxers, against Floyd Mayweather, good guy boxer, bad guy MMA, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is that there was a whole dispute of boxing versus UFC, who would win in a fight. And then there's a whole dispute of every boxer fan wants to see Floyd Mayweather get a big fat one in his record. So there was a lot of money just being poured in because people want to watch this fight happen. They want to watch two of the best money makers in their respective businesses clash it out, and they just made tons and tons of money on it. And what else is that Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor are some of the best trash talkers in the sport. So, I mean, everything lined up so perfectly. The reason why I made that comparison is that Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad is not going to put up big numbers like Colby Covington versus Leon will, because there is no good guy, bad guy. Bilal Muhammad will get his shot. If he beats Shavkat, which there's a good chance he will get that title shot, and it will elevate him to a higher rank because a lot of people have faith in Shavkat. He's the next boogeyman. So that fight will happen, and I'm sure it will sell a little bit more tickets. But the fight to make right now, if I were Dana White, is unfortunately Colby versus Leon. I would even argue to make Jorge Masvidal versus Leon if Jorge beats Gilbert Burns, because there's already history. There's already good guy versus bad guy. That's just how the UFC is. That's how a lot of sports organizations is. They need to sell tickets. Even looking back at Kamaru Usman, he had a 5+ long fight streak, but he couldn't get a title shot because he was just not an exciting fighter. Same thing with Leon. He won 10 fights, but he couldn't get a title shot because he wasn't selling tickets. So when you talk your way up, when you are being the bad guy, the heel, like Colby Covington, like Conor McGregor, like Chael Sonnen even, that's just what happens. You take the fast route to the title. You win or you lose. If you lose, that's how it should be. If you win, that's even more people that want to see you lose. So to answer the question, does Colby Covington deserve a title shot? The answer is no. Is it going to happen? Yes. I hope I broke that down in a simple term. I had a bunch of thoughts going in my head on this whole perspective on why Dana White would want Colby. That's just how it is. That's business. That's just business. Let me know what you guys think, though. I'm always down to talk about stuff in the comments, and let me know who you're most excited to see fight Leon. Thank you guys. Peace.